Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of What's Brewing with Dakota Kraut. Thank you all so much for coming here and being part of this lovely launch day. I'm very excited to be talking about this, to be going over this really super fantastic series, and to be telling you all about what's coming down the road here. So I'm going to turn on an extra light here because I'm a little. Oh, nope, power's out on that one. That's okay. Oh, never mind, found it. All right, so yes, thank you all, like I said, for coming here today. And I have a bunch of fun things to talk about. The first one is the actual book launch that's going on today, and that is Rob Punzel. And so real quick, I'm going to share my lovely screen with you guys here, show you this, show you some cool little Easter eggs that came with it. And let's see, and show you this. It's nifty. So yes, share. All right. Ooh, let's make that a little bigger. A little bigger. That'll work. All right. So some fun Easter eggy stuff on this one. I wonder if I can make that a little. No, not so bad. Not so great. Oh well, I tried. You saw me try. Okay. So here we have the Rob Punzel, very cool art. Everything about this cover is really important to the story itself. And then, of course, if you talk to Dennis van der Kerken, who is very skilled at looking at art and picking pieces out, you'd see some really fun comments from him on my choice of art stuff here. So hello real quick to Keegan. Hello to Nightmare, who just showed in on YouTube. Thanks, guys. And Keegan, of course, is here on Facebook. So this is a really fantastic book. And while I have a super special place in my heart for Beauty X Beast, which came out last month. So I have that one as one of my personal favorites because it is dedicated to my lovely wife. This one is probably my personal favorite in the series, just because there was a lot going on in life that I was able to really capture in the book as I was writing it. And so it was really cool to take some situations and turn them into really, just in my mind, fantastic writing. So it's really neat. So I'm gonna read this real quick. An oath of secrecy, power beyond compare. Too bad it's all snarled in her hair. So this is essentially taking the idea of Rapunzel, right? So the idea of Rapunzel. This is Rebecca Punzel, as you can see here, and taking that concept of the original story is her as a damsel in distress who is stuck in a tower, requiring someone to come and save her. This one is her going and starting from a very low position to challenge a battle tower and climb to the top of it in order to win the prize, which is the hand of the crown prince, and not just like sliced off. No, I mean actual like marriage. So that's definitely how that's gonna go. So fun times there. Real quick, I'm going to scroll up. I'm gonna go back to just me. Woohoo! Hi everyone. So first off, I want to say to anyone watching, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them in. Of course, you are always welcome to. I see a bunch of you hanging out there, viewing but not commenting yet. That's okay. I look forward to seeing what you have to say. Man, I'm really rhyming a lot today, and it's unintentional, I swear. But it's a lot of fun. We have a lot going on. There's really cool things. We're just about to 15,000 followers on Facebook. When we get there, I'm going to do a really massive cool thing. What I'm thinking, and don't quote me on this yet, but what I'm thinking of doing is doing a 1,000-person entry for a drawing and doing a duck race, because I'm really loving the duck races. Doing a duck race where I do 10% of the total amount of people that join in. So if we get up to 1,000, I would do 100 books given away. And so that'd be 100 people getting a book. I would not let them have choice of book. It would just have to be at that size. I would just be like, hey, here's a book. So I think that would be really fun. Keegan says, how is the pun density of this one compared to the others without pun in the title? This one, I will admit, part of the reason why I like it so much is it is very dense with puns. And yes, it is in the name, as you said, Punzel. Yes, you're gonna get a lot of puns in this one. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I really do hope you guys come in, love it. Please leave great reviews, of course. And this is book 4 in the series so far. There is currently 5 books written. Fifth one is coming out in, I want to say November. I'll give you an exact date in a moment. It is coming out. Click. Come on, button. If I zoom out, I bet it'll tell me better. All right, there we go. November 18th. So in 2 short months, we'll have all 5 books in this series out as of this year, which is exciting. I got to tell you, I was a little worried for this series at first. I really was, because it is a little bit of a shift for me. If you read them, you'll understand it's not that big of a shift for me, but it is a shift for me. Like, it's a female main character. It's you know, taking cool classic fairy tales and turning them into lit RPGs and epic fantasy stuff with a hint of romance. The hint of romance, I think, is honestly the thing that is furthest from my brand, or at least from the other books I've written. I'm a very romantic guy, believe it or not. You can ask my lovely wife Danielle, but she may or may not agree, depending on if she reads my cups or not. So the yeah, so I'm looking forward to this being out at the same time that I am working on getting these books out to you. I'm also writing the next book in the Completionist Chronicles, and that one is going to be it's called Unmapped. It's for pre-order over on Mountaindale Press right now. You can get it there if you'd like to. It'll come out probably up to a month before it goes live on Amazon and Audible and Spotify. And let's see. That's really cool. So I just am just shy of about 100,000 words in that book so far. So I'm going to be done with it within the next, I want to say 2 weeks, and then it'll be off to the editor, and it is slotted for narration at the end of October, which means that I will have final files on it probably mid-November. So depending on when that comes out and when people are like really wanting to see it, I may push the launch of Unmapped, so Completionist Chronicles 13, up into early December instead of late December on the website. And then it is on pre-order currently for January in Amazon and Audible. I may pull that up into this year, depending on like site-wide sales and all the other things that Amazon and Audible have going on. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh yeah, Jess, it says my wife is hotter than my coffee, and you know how much I like my coffee, so that's saying something. All right. Yes. Let's see. Ooh, Nightmare says, sounds very interesting. Haven't strayed beyond Dungeonborn, Artorn's Archives, and Completionist Chronicles. Seems I found my next book series to read. Awesome. Yeah, I really hope you do enjoy it. If you haven't tried out the Murder Hobo series too, that's a nice little trilogy if you're just looking for something to binge. Something, anything, and everything. Really fantastic. But I have lots of books. This is my, let's see. Red Wolf came out. Red X Wolf came out, and that was my 55th book. 50th? 55th. I think it was my 55th total book out. And no, that I think was the 50th. I think it was 50. I think I'm at 56. That is so 57 in total, at least on pre-order. So including Snow Dwight and Unmapped, I have, I believe, 57 or 58 books that are out or on pre-order to be out. So that's going to be really fun. Yeah, it's great. And this is the last week on my Patreon. So in case anyone is interested, this is my last week on Patreon, where we are doing the Snow Dwight. So we are finishing out the Damsels of Distress series over there. And then that means that next week, so probably, I don't know, probably on the 1st of October, we'll be launching book 13 of Completionist Chronicles there, so that we can start getting that up and out to patrons ahead of time, as is my normal. So if you want to read that ahead of time, I'm 100,000 words in, so it'll be posting pretty fast and pretty regularly over on Patreon. So lots, like I said, lots to talk about, which is why I'm kind of all over the place between these two. But please, first off, definitely go check out the Damsels of Distress series. It is a fantastic series of standalones, giving you a full story in each book. And then what I do is I take them and I mingle them. The way that I keep it as a storyline that continues on is the bad guys. So the bad guys will be going out and about and causing havoc, and the damsels will come along and create distress wherever they go. So definitely, please come along, read that. And I was saying, I was originally a little worried about that series, kind of going way back now, until I went to Dragon Con. And yeah, I have never had so many people come up to me, seek me out, show up at the event specifically to talk about one series before. So in person, I've had people hunting me down to tell me how much they love that series. I sat and talked for probably half an hour to a really cool new fan. I hadn't ever met her before. She said she came to Dragon Con specifically for the Lit RPG event that we had, the extravaganza, and she was super cool for one. And yeah, she was like, I'm reading this, I'm here. I love how you did this. And I was like, absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that made me really happy. And then so that was that first time a fan had done that for that series. And then after that, it was just boom, 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 one after another. So it was really cool. I'm really excited to have you guys go out and check those out. CJ says, any chance you'll be at FanX? No, unfortunately, it's not planned currently. I may next year, but I've already kind of got my schedule set. I definitely want to go, and I might just go a year to attend instead of trying to like be a person who is like selling or at a booth or something like that. And yeah, so trying to do more of that. I'm also looking into Dragonsteel, which is Brandon Sanderson's conference, because Brandon Sanderson is super freaking cool, and I would love to be a part of that. To Brian, I'm now in chapter 10 of Rob X Punzel. I'm really loving this one, or really enjoying this one. It works well. Everyone says your books are shorter because they are getting more bingeable. Thank you. Yes, it's funny because I still write pretty long books. Like if you go and look at normal novel sizes, I'm like 120 to 140,000 words on average. And it's really funny when people are like, oh yeah, it's fat, it's so short. It's like, no, you're just reading it super fast because you love it. Yeah. All right. So thanks, man. Oh, Jess says, I saw you at Dragon Con, but I'm too shy to randomly approach. Definitely don't be. I absolutely need I need the encouragement in person, because this is my life right here, this box. Here I'm here for like 8 to 10 hours a day writing, and then I go up and I play with my kids. So adult interaction is actually really huge for me. So I would really I really appreciate that at conferences. If you just be like, hey man, it's cool. I'd love that. So please definitely come in and do that when you are around. One more thing before we run out of coffee and time. Ooh, that was a little too hot. All right, we're good. All right. So the next thing is that I wanted to mention is a super cool new thing that we launched yesterday. Let's see. Can I show it? Go. Yeah. Nope, that's the wrong one. 1 second. Add to stage. It's doing the thing. There we go. It was definitely doing the thing. All right, share. And I want to show you guys this super cool tab. There we go. Yeah. All right. So this is I really hope you guys can hear me still. This is the Ritualist and the Regicide and Rexus Grimoire edition. I don't know if you can hear me or not, so I'm going to come back in. Whoop. Okay. So this is the Regicide and Rexus Grimoire edition, and if you got these, where are you? I must have taken it down. But if you got the Grimoire edition for Ritualist, we have the next two coming out in one bundle. That is going to be um, a single really cool Kickstarter, so you can get both of those books. We will also have, in case you missed the first one, we will also have a um, um, add-on that you can do to get the first book. So just so that you don't miss out on these. So I am planning, just so you know, to do a full-blown um, uh, Grimoire edition for the entire series. So if you want to get a hold of these early on, the only time I'm going to give numbered copies are going to be with these ones. And even if you get an add-on in the future, you can't get the numbered editions. So that's okay. That's cool. There's also going to be a lot of extras and really, really cool stuff that goes on in the background. So if you are interested in really, really cool stuff, which I know that I am, come over and grab this notification. So hit that notify me on launch button. Oops. I wasn't actually supposed to click it there. Hit that notify me on launch. So I believe the date that we have set for this is October 21st. So that's 4 weeks from today. This goes live. And it will only go until the end of, I believe, October. So I think it's only a 2-week Kickstarter. There's going to be a very limited amount of these. So please definitely hit that notify me on launch. So we have 40 people already have signed up to do this. And like I said, we are just making the announcement now. So people are finding it. So thank you guys for coming and being part of this. And yeah, so it's going to be really cool. I really like the styles that we decided to go with. So the first one is all black and silver with Ritualist. The second one is going to be all of them are going to be very, very shiny. So all of the books are now, we have a set quality that we're going to be using to match that first one. So it's going to have sprayed or shiny edges, foil stamped leather, art interior. So it's going to be lots of fun. And then slightly different color gradient as we go down and go through to make just a really, really fantastic looking set of books. So yeah. And then all of them are going to have rituals except for Rexus because it focuses on Jackson. So he has, if you can see here, I'm going to zoom in if I can, but there's it's just a hand with a teeny tiny little dinosaur. So just lots of fun. Yeah, guys. So that's what I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions, I'll answer those real quick, but then I'm going to finish my coffee. And we will be done for the day because these are meant to be quick things. And I'm already almost 20 minutes in. All right, let's see. So, scrolling back up. Ethan says, can't wait for the new Kickstarter. Thanks, man. Robin says, we can hear you. Appreciate that. But I think you're like a minute or like at 30 seconds or so behind live. So I don't see this behind like where I'm actually saying it. Paul says, they are so pretty. And yes, we could hear you. Great. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Good to know for future reference. Thank you. Nightmare says, ooh, nice. Got the first one. It's stunning. I appreciate that. I think so too. Realistically, the whole reason I'm doing these is so that I can have really, really cool looking books for myself. And so I'm like, hey, I can share that with these awesome friends as well. And that just makes me happy. So thank you guys again for being on board with that. Amy says, yay, which I absolutely am on board with. Like that is just kind of my mentality today. I'm trying to rein it in because lots going on, like I said, and I get so excited that I just kind of fizzle if I let myself. So we gotta I don't want to burn out from excitement, All right. Amy says, release the Celestial Feces sticker add on, please. I got one for my board game, but I need more for friends. I can probably do that. Like, yes, I can get more of those stickers. I'll make that happen. Cool. All right. Paul says we need all the goodies. I love that because I know who I'm going to go to make those goodies. So for sure. Let's see. Nightmare says, is Jackson in the next book? Want to know what he's up to? Oh, it's Jackson's up to some cool stuff in the background, and I'm I'm not gonna spoil a dang thing for you on that because it's gonna be way too much fun when I get to show all that. Brian says, spoiler question, will all the bad guys come back in the last book? Probably no, because part of what we're doing is making sure that they are firmly defeated with kind of the second half of the series. We're making sure that we aren't having any issues as we go forward into the next stages of the series. And so, yeah, you're going to see some really fun stuff, some really cool things. And between Unmapped and it's going to be Uncapped, which is book 14, I have a really fantastic plan for how we are going to move forward with the series. And so you guys are going to be pretty jazzed about it, I think. All right, let's see. Nightmare says probably better not to kill the surprise. Absolutely. So as Brandon Sanderson said, because we mentioned him earlier, just read on and find out. Right. So that's the best way to do things. All righty, guys. I'm gonna take my last sip of coffee and then we are gonna be done. So thank you all for showing up. And if you didn't make it to the live stream, thanks for watching. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Bye, everyone.